My Gavanen Melonin, and well met indeed. I am Arachir Galadirthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we continue on as Angmar. As with the Skyrim and Warhammer videos, it has been obviously only a week or something since the last Angmar episode, but for me it has been 3. So I'm just remembering our jubilation at having defeated the Northern Dunedain in the previous episode. Now, just let me give you a disclaimer, of course. I am now onto my new computer. Everything obviously is working, as you can see, but there might be some differences in sound levels. I've got new keyboard and mouse. There might be more audible clicking than there was before. The microphone's in a different position because I had to rearrange my desk. So there's a lot of changes, so if there's anything you feel is off, then do feel free to comment, but I've tested everything myself and listened to all the recording back and things, and it seems to be going okay. I've also added some new and wonderful macros so that I can do things like that at the click of a single button rather than 2. But I'm always one for macros, but I thought I'd go a bit further this time than I did previously. But anyway, let's kick on with the campaign then. We now have a stark decision to make. The Northern Dunedain have fallen. The Dwarves and Bree now make up our only enemies. The Bree land are currently... We are pressing into them. Our crusade has begun against the Breelanders, and of course the dwarves are besieging Angsûl, where Lord Hunvorn the Chivalrous, our faction heir, is about to attack them in an attempt to hold them off.
Your head and spit down your neck.
It might not go so well, but we don't really have any troops down here, which is why the victory was so amazing, because the garrison in Fornost is weak and not doing too well, and
yes,
we don't have the troops to actually press on, but we need to get these provinces before the dwarves do. But do note that actually the dwarves have this one and this one, so the Northern Dunedain falling is only going to free up Bari Donyonak and Gobadrine for the dwarves to take. Oh no, and of course Annuminas. I'd forgotten about Annuminas. Yes, I don't really know what to do, but I think we should focus for the time being on getting our general over to Bree so that we can take Bree, because that will be a huge blow to the Bree landers, and that should be our primary aim. Captain Gundrick over there, of course, because we've moved over, all of their pathing is gone, and I have no idea where I was sending him. Oh, that's frustrating when that happens. North, maybe, I don't know. Just head in, see what you can do, son. Alright, so he's off over there. We've got to attack the dwarves at some point. Not so keen on that. I've forgotten which my merge button is. Where I put it on the key, because I think it's left. We need 2 units that would actually merge in order to test it. Do you have anything that would merge? No. You're all standalone, single battalion men. You don't have anything that will merge, do you? Will 190 go with them? I don't know. I think it's that one. I'm pretty sure it's that one. Yes, because I've tested all the others, so it must be. Anyway, right, let's fight the Breelanders, because I'd rather them than the dwarves to get back into it.
Finish them!
Oh, press the spacebar. What? Why are you fighting back, Hob? Alright, now, because this is one of those where we are so going to win, I'm very tempted to auto-resolve. If it comes out really badly, we'll fight it ourselves. 274 is a lot to only have killed 295. But it's such a small battle.
Victory!
Ah, yes, that is my merge button.
Moving to... I will only address you in battle.
We probably should have fought that ourselves, to be honest, but I'm not too concerned. Right, we've also got Arafor, of course, the last vestige of the Dunedain. But he is away over there, so... the rebels, as much as now the rebels are turned on in the latest version of DaC, they don't actually seem to attack as much. They will just still move from watchtower to watchtower, denying you the sight range, which is their favourite activity. Right, before we go into this, let's really have a look. So we've got 3 generals. We've got a fair bit of... I scan this, and if I see dark or blue colouring, I think we're doing all right. And if I see brown, I think bugger, we've got a load of trash. Because we've got a few Rudal units in there. I am seeing blue and black, of course, but 3 of those are conscripts, which aren't all that great. We are a very middling tier army, and we are up against...
I'm only here to fight the Yagaloot.
No general, always handy. 3 units of siege. We've got some cavalry, which should be able to deal with that. Otherwise, no, it's a relatively small army. We'll go for it. We will go for it.
My lord.
Oh god.
Battle, lads.
The game doesn't think we're going to win. We outnumber them only very slightly. Oh, it's going to be a fight. And Captain Bertram, what are you bringing? I don't know, but don't be controlled by there. You'll just get killed.
I shall lead our forces into battle, my lord.
Right. So what I'm thinking then, my plan, the army that's moving in on Bree will take Bree and will then hold off what we can for a while, but then press sort of into the Shire. Because the Shire is a massive moneymaker, of course, and with Bree and the Shire gone. Also, the Shire is quite a good recruitment centre if you want just lots of cheap units quickly, which I'm sure they will want. So, I think we should press into the Shire to deny them that. Now, we attack them, so they've got this hill as an advantage, which is a shame. They might pull back to that one over there. So if we start over there and just walk towards them, that should do it. I've added some new keys that I just found in the key menu as well, which allows you to pivot your unit left and right. And it also works... Oh, I've put my macro key doesn't work for that though, because you need to hold it down. Whereas mine is a single press. Anyway, sorry, I should have fiddled with that on my own time. Right, don't be running away. We'll settle that up while we're here. Pike units, get ready because you're going to be running. Everybody, don't be on defensive mode. We've got to attack them. And we're going to have to do that. Alright, we're ready. Right, as expected, they are there. But the question is... Don't run, actually. Oh, hello. They are moving to meet us. They are moving to meet us. The few archer units that we have. Get onto this hill. Pike units along with conscript units. Give me a line out front. Generals. We want you on the right because you stand on your left. Let's get down there then. Cavalry. Not alt, control. Cavalry. Get out there into those trees. You're going to be shutting down the siege. You're not running away either, are you? No. And then we've got those few. Come and run over there. And then there's one unit that I've neglected to move. You. You can go in the defensive line and plug any gaps. Round we go. Keep on running. See, the key that I'm now most pleased with is the ability to instantly turn all of those off. All in one go. Lovely. People, again, even now, I say it in almost every episode now, I'm sure, but you turn these off. This is a setting in the options menu to have your UI look like this. It is not a mod. It's called Minimal HUD. It is the only option when you go to the exit and you click UI options. There's only 2 options. Just change to that one. And then the default keys to turn them all off is F5, is F5, F6 and F7. And so you can turn them off. And then if you press them again, they'll only appear if you hover over them. Which I find really annoying, actually. I don't like that one. Or you have them there all the time. So there you go. I don't know. The problem is, though, of course, because the people that are watching this episode from start to finish, every minute of it, you will have heard me say that before, or more likely, you will just know that. The people who see the video for 2 seconds, then just ask about the UI, they're not going to listen to that, so that was totally stupid and wasted everyone's time to have said that. But anyway, there we are. The siege is turning around to sort of meet our cavalry, which is nice. The AI, I was going to say the enemy, and it became the enemy. They don't really look like they know what they're up to. I mean, I know we attacked them, and that's all well and good. But at the minute, they're... Oh, I keep pressing the run button instead of the speed button because of this map. Are they moving out to shoot me? Oh, we're going to get some militia and some ballista caught up in one. That's nice. Alright, we can't stand on ceremony. We are going to have to move out to them, aren't we? Alright, so all of you fellows, group up and begin the slow, methodical walk towards our enemy. Generals, you follow suit down on that left-hand side. The people who are standing on the right are flanking force. You also group. Stay as you are. Move out there. And then archers, who will group but will be team 1. Will be free to move around, I mean, sorry. You're moving to there. Everybody is going to run. Oh, they're taking a lot of damage. We're getting them needlessly killed here, aren't we? And they're not even charging properly. Turn around and hit the scouts. Turn around and hit the scouts. Come on. Oh, wrong button. It's quite good that the speed up key's in the wrong place, because otherwise I'd be pressing it a lot. We've got loads of those killed. That was a really silly decision. After the back of the last episode where we actually fought relatively well for once, we're now making horrific decisions. But if we're getting them into melee, the ballastas are taken out of the game anyway, so that's what we're going for. Alright, both of you come and assist here on these labourers. Just charge the buggers. Oh, there's a phalanx there, that's annoying. Ah, generals are caught up in that fray. Generals, get out. Down the hill and out. Oh, pikes coming through. Archers are in position. Start shooting things. Why are you charging so poorly for out of nowhere? Just charge as God intended you to. Those pikemen there are for you. Can you get through there? Right, generals, you're going to be pivotal in ensuring we actually win this. Hitting key locations. And we've got a few units that are free to flank over here. Which is what they are doing. And we've got 14 men somewhere. Yeah, you come and hit those labourers there. What are we on? Very even. We've got a few archers, though, that are getting some shots off on some militia. They are pushing through to our archers. Conscripts are falling. Get up into the middle. Give them some Serpent Elixir. I'm going to need you to charge, and I'm going to need you to charge to get yourselves out. Zoom down to the fray. Ah, they've hit the archer line, and they've hit the Iron Crown Longbowmen, so that's alright, actually, because they're the best in melee of all of our archers. Ah, no, general cut off early. Oh, come on. There you go. Really hit them. I don't want 1, 2. I want full force. Oh, cavalry, 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 cavalry. Oh, look, there's a ballista crew doing nothing there. I don't know what is wrong with our cavalry, but they really don't want to get up to speed today. Ah, which one is their general? That one there. The one engaging our own general. Their captain, I should say. This one is their captain. Which one actually is the captain, though? Him there with the blue cloak? Yeah, I think so. Our witch knights should be able to hold that down. Adrian pikemen are falling. Cavalry, did you get a good go on? Oh, yes, nice. The dwarves seem to be shaking. We've got a free unit over there by the looks of it. If you are fighting anything, you're only fighting 1 or 2. Plug that gap in the middle there. Oh, sorry, I left you. That's stupid. Go and hit the labourers before those militia join them. They've got so many free units. There we are. You curl over, hit that militia unit. Everybody curl up and hit them. And that, once we've got that southern side to break, hit Hit those. The cavalry are still doing well despite their low numbers. Ah, I think we're going to win. I think we are going to win. Yeah, it's turning enough.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half.
The enemy are in disarray. The dwarves do not know how to fight properly on these open lands. Take them outside of their stone halls. Learn how to take out their armor, and what are they? Pathetic. Alright, shut down that ballista crew. Obviously, as with all of these battles, once you start a chain reaction of routing, or once you get a unit to rout, it starts a chain reaction of routing, because that unit routes. So the unit that was fighting it is then free to attack elsewhere, which means that another enemy unit is then 2 against 1, and so on down the line and down the line, until eventually you're fighting one unit with 7 of yours free. Speaking of outnumbered. Oh, we haven't lost much cavalry since I lost them all at the beginning. Archers, if you do still have arrows, please do feel free to use them. Oh, I've got some wargs in there that I've left again. Pull them out. Hit those Adrian scouts. Dwarven labourers. We should have some... I'm hoping this week to do a big list of modding I've had to do now for about 3 months. So there should hopefully be next week a relatively lengthy developer diary detailing... Oh, it probably won't be lengthy actually, because it's a big list of things to do, but it's very easy to talk about. So, but anyway, there'll be a developer diary coming soon with all of the changes when I have the time. I also, whilst I was on holiday, in vacanza, I did indeed pre-write as many Lord of the Rings lorecast episodes as I could, despite the hatred I received from my lorecasts on dedicated Tolkien sites, such as Reddit, of course, where the Tolkien fans subreddit, or more interestingly, a gentleman, I believe, whose name was Ulwithriad, found my lorecast to be terribly wanting. But anyway, so that came up while I was away. But I have pre-written the research for them. So, roadmap of the channel. There will be lorecasts to come. And if as I hope to do them one a month, I'm covered up until about October, I think, in terms of... So that's good, because they're actually recording them doesn't take very long. Researching them takes hours. So, despite what the, as I said, aforementioned fans would have you believe, I do actually research them. Sorry, I shouldn't talk about things like that. That's terribly dull. Right, we are basically... This is over. We just got to kill them off. I also realise now why we lost so many Khandum knights in our charge. Because Eredluin's scouts are crossbowmen, of course, now. I'm so used to them being archers, I just glossed over their name and thought, oh, those are only archers, they'll be fine. But they're not archers. We could do with helping them over there. They're losing a lot of forces. How many longbeard phalanx are left? 23. Finish all of those off. Barrow Whites, get yourselves over there. Is someone down here free? Hit those Eredluin scouts. Let's zoom out. I think we've got units chasing people. Yeah, we have. Cease. Cease. And then what's that over there? Ah, we had a whole unit die. Ah, their scouts are in. It's over. Another defensive Eredluin. Just end it. 1,400 to 2,096.
This is a great victory, worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
Even when they've only got 14 men in their battalion, they take down 312 of the enemy. Goodness gracious, they're a powerful unit. I think I did mention it last time, but someone suggested that the Guardians, someone in a comment, apologies again, I remember the comments but never the names, but someone suggested the Guardians are too readily available for such an OP unit. And Hummingbird replied in the comment, and I can reply en masse, in that, yes, the Guardians of Khandum are really powerful, but in terms of actually training them myself, I can't train them very readily at all. It's like 1 every 30 turns. And yes, I'm getting awarded them as council missions at the moment, But you only get a certain number of council missions, and they don't always guarantee to give you a unit. Sometimes they give you gold. So the units really are not that readily available. I would not be too concerned. 18 turns at the moment. Now, what you are also all hopefully going to see on the next turn, but I think it can be anything up to 5 turns, so don't get your hopes up just yet. But because we hold Imladris and we hold Fornost, we will soon be having a visitor. A gentleman of great power in these lands who will absolutely turn the tide of war in our favour. Because he comes with Guardians of Kharndum as his bodyguard, and he is going to shred the enemy. But this army in the north here, for now, do head down to Gobadrine and take that because it's got no garrison whatsoever, so we might as well hold it. I will take any units that you can train, and I would like retraining. Ah, they are being retrained. Barkele, can you throw anything at it? We just need troops, to be honest. I'm not too interested in their quality because the dwarves are not interested in the quality of troops they're sending, which means we do not need to match. And by that I mean we don't need to worry about having our elite armies out because the dwarven armies that are coming through to us are not elite, and they never will be because the dwarves don't have enough money or infrastructure to get to that kind of level. But anyway, I think we can end the turn. You're wasted in there, but you're retraining, so we'll take the conscripts.
By your command.
I don't have any units just sitting around doing nothing, do I? Yeah. Alright, let's do it. The first end turn, hopefully it goes alright. Now, of course, the dwarves are very, very wealthy and they will get up to speed in terms of money, but the AI fills its recruitment queues. This is something you may or may not know, but they have every recruitment queue in every town constantly filled. Now, the AI can't go bankrupt. Every time it reaches 0 money, it gets a script that gives it, I think, an extra 1,000 gold or 500 gold or something like that, which means it can constantly train units. And but it can't add, the elite units get added to the end of the recruitment line, which is already filled with trash. Units, we give units a value. Oh, yes, going to get 1,000. Oh, the Witch King leaves Mordor. That's supposed to have an icon. Why doesn't that have an icon? Oh, because this is an earlier version. It has an icon in yours. Rumours have reached our ears that the Witch King has left the Dark Lord's service. Scouts pursued him as far as the Eisen River, but surely he isn't returning to Angmar. Question mark. That message is vague because it appears for everyone in the game, which is why it doesn't have an icon for us. Yes, because I think I may have overlooked that. Anyway, so their recruitment queue is filled from the moment that they can fill it, and every single unit has a priority number. So this unit, X unit, for example, the conscript may have a 15 priority, and a higher tier unit like the Guardians will have a 25 priority. And the higher the number, the more likely the AI is to train it. It's that simple.
To glory and a victorious day.
Oh yes, turn that into a town, and then we can actually defend here.
The enemy are crushed. These land orders will make.
Yeah, look, they're already coming again.
And spit on your neck.
Absolute monsters, aren't they? In one turn, you'll have all 3 of those to send out. Oh, we got more troops trained here. Oh, the Guardians retrained. 51 of them. Get out to Gobadrine. Now, I think that's what we'll do. We will hold the dwarves, and our Bree land and the remnants of our southern army can take out Bree.
An order.
Which is where we're going.
We shall slaughter them, my lord.
We don't really need towers or walls.
Besieging the cowards, my lord.
And so they've got their recruitment queue filled with trash units. And obviously, as each unit is trained, they add another unit onto the line. And when elite units become available, those start getting added onto the line. But they can't train the elites until all the lines of trash have gone first. So a small faction like Ered Luin, with only a few towns, constantly training, it'll take them quite a while to burn through their trash, which they've been queuing forever. Because elite units cost more, it can often mean that only one town is training. But, I mean, Ered Luin are probably quite wealthy, so they probably are getting quite a few through. But bigger factions, the moral of this story is that bigger factions will come at you with more elites, and smaller factions won't, because they won't have the money to support a training of each one. And so they will constantly need assistance from the script, which only lets them really train 1 unit per turn anyway, and so you won't see that many elites. Yeah, I'll take those because they throw axes. Oh, I didn't test. The axe throw should be fine because it's folder structure related, not where you've installed it. Well, I mean, it is sort of where you installed it. I'm mumbling. Right, oh, you've got an extra unit as well that you don't need. Gobadrine. If we can, in the Gobadrine, we will push into the dwarves. The Northern Army will push into the dwarves, and I think, in fact, that will be our plan. We'll take the very best that we've got, and we'll hit these buggers as soon as he arrives. everything will change.
Yes. This be gone.
Hopefully I have included the icons for this one, because there was some really nice artwork that we found
Yes.
for the Witch King to join. Some
Nothing
different
shall
takes on how the
escape
Witch
your
King
notice
looks
in
that I
these
think are
lands,
cool.
my lord.
We've got somewhere in the middle of the screen right now a blank area in this region.
Orders. By your
Ah,
command.
there we are, that's cleared out.
Erecting a watchtower. An order.
Oh, his army is just filled with generals. 34 of those don't want to be knocking around up here, though. We've probably got enough to press on Angsûl,
Yes. Yes, my
to be
lord.
honest.
Your orders.
Go and
my
have a look.
lord.
With honor.
You might as well take what you can. Leave behind 13 of them, 11 of them, 22 of them, and we'll pop a general in there.
By
Oh, it
your
doesn't hit us
command.
anyway. Right, you guys go and see what you can
We
see.
go no- An order.
Agandao will join you when he can.
Orders. Continuing tomorrow.
We should be... which one's my finances? Yes, 3,200 we're making. It'll be a while before we can get that. Chuck a few more farms in where we can. Hillmen camp, that's not really that interested in that. Oh, an herbalist. You can give me mines, 250. You cost 4,050 for the pleasure. That would take you around 20 turns to pay off. What are we on? 122. That's not that bad, is it? But is there somewhere more fitting? Oh, you can get Mount Graham stables. We haven't got any more orders out yet, have we? Roads up there. Communal farming, that's well within our budget. That's what I'm sticking for and hoping out for at the moment. Oh, your communal farming is even cheaper. Whether you're going for an army barracks, but we won't ever make that kind of money yet. I don't mind that I'm throwing the money into the troops.
Yes.
It's the biggest
Yes,
criticism that is always levied against me is that I spend, whenever I get money, I always put it into troops. And that's because I am a firm believer in getting my economy from other people's towns rather than making my own towns powerhouses and then trying to break the then massive nations around me. I think if you give the AI too long, you might still win, but the game becomes a massive slog. And I much prefer the earlier tiers when you're not fighting just horde after horde after horde. So granted, you might be making enough money to support 10 full banner armies, but the enemy has got 15 full banner armies, and you've got to kill every single one of them. Whereas if you press out early, you're down to 1 or 2 full banner armies, and I think it makes the battles more important. That is my full thinking and why I don't put money into economy as much. I think I'm actually going to save it here. It is ever so slightly shorter than I would normally like, but yeah, I'd rather that battle be the focus of the next episode and taking of Bree, because the Witch King should come then. And he can help us on the other side. So yeah, I am going to save it there. So apologies that we're a little under the 30 minutes, but I mean, that's not the end of the world, is it? But anyway, there we are then. So that is the end of this episode. I am welcome to hear your feedback if you think anything is off with the video regarding... obviously I'm on the new computer, but something that came about from the Skyrim video is that if the video appears quite poor quality on YouTube, do double check that you're able to watch it in its highest resolution, which is 1440. If you've got the internet speed for it, of course, because YouTube takes quite a long time to render videos into that highest quality. The Skyrim video, the last Skyrim video, for example, took 2 entire days to render into 1440, which is insane. So that is something just to look out for. But otherwise, that's it then. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed playing it. The tide has finally turned and we can now press into the lands of the dwarves and indeed mop up the Breelanders. And then win, basically, is the goal. But anyway, for now, that'll be all. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. And until we speak again, dear friends, Navar Naden Perimad Melunin, and farewell.